What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the New Artist Spotlight, and I am super pumped because I'm finally joined by my new co-host, Wilko Wilkes. What is up, Wilko?
Hi, Plummy. How are you doing? Absolute pleasure to be here. Long-time listener of the pod myself, so to be on the other side of the curtain now is pretty exciting.
Yeah. I'm doing great. I'm very excited to have you here, man. So last week there was no podcast episode, so before we start today's show, I just want to start super quick and give a well-deserved shout-out to Charles Connolly for getting the number one spot in the top 20 with his tune, The Birthday Song. So we're going to play that for you right now real quick. Please sit back and enjoy the funky delights of Charles Connolly.
Just got up, had a look around and went back to bed. I don't blame you. You take a pill, anything to shake the pain from your head. I don't blame you. You won't be going to work, not today. Yeah. You pull a sickie or a cheeky. Tell you what to do. It's your birthday, you can do what you want. No one there to tell you what to do. If you wanna dance, take off your pants and groove in the nude. I don't blame you. You take a stance, tell everyone to get in the mood. I don't blame you.
I love that song, man. It's so funky and so fun. Great job, Charles, and well deserved on that number one spot. And I love that you're bringing the guitar solo back into pop music. So always a place for a guitar solo, in my opinion. But anyway, back to today's show. We are here joined by Fred and Rich from the band known as FR Music Project. Excuse me. Fred and Rich, how are you guys doing?
Great. We're so happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're pumped to have you here, guys.
Yeah, great to meet you both. Thanks for coming on. So if you start by telling us a little bit about FR Music Project, where you're from, how you formed.
Great. Well, F&R Music Project, we're out of Tampa, Florida. I'm originally from New Jersey and Fred's from Chicago. We met when we were in a reggae rock band a few years ago. And when our bass player went back to Jamaica, Neville Ellis, our band kind of disbanded. So Fred and I kind of turned inward to writing music and music production. We got together and formed this music project as a songwriter collective where we could work together, help each other work on their songs. And
so really probably for about the last 8 years, we've been studying pretty seriously things like music production, which kind of naturally came out of writing. Since, of course, when you're writing, you want to be able to capture these things, which just led into all kinds of mystery and experiments, I guess you could say, in that world. And yeah, our friendship is really we push each other, we inspire each other in the writing, and just trying to bring the whole dream forward of just get music out there is really the main thing. And so, yeah, so we definitely appreciate the opportunity to be here and speak with you guys as well on top of that.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Cool stuff. And we'll get back to that reggae a little bit later because I knew I heard some in one of your songs for sure. So the F obviously stands for Fred in FR Music Project, and the R stands for Rich. But you guys got a few more members in your band. Can you tell us a little bit more about them and what their roles are?
Well, first, I'd like to say that we both have had the privilege to really work and perform with some great musicians in the Tampa Bay area. Basically, we believe that the music project is just full of diversity. So we have opened it up to any musician that wants to come and be part of the songwriting process, and we let them bring things in. So our members, they kind of change and they kind of flow. Primarily, Fred and I, when we're doing larger shows, we'll put together a band behind us. And we usually try to use local talent when we do that to further our mission and cause. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
The music project is a term which I think is very fluid. So there are people who will come in and then, go out just kind of, as time goes, just as life happens, so to speak. And so we're the primary writers. We have worked with another artist here locally. We recorded one of her songs. But so far what we have with FR Music Project represented is we have the Song by the Cure, of course, and then the rest is original that Rich writes or myself write. And just naturally start working with other musicians around, like in the community. And so we want to help the music community, here and also wherever we can, we want to contribute and also, offer what we can to the music community. So we try to bring others in, we work with other artists and develop and encourage support. And it's just all about the music.
So.
It's a great musical community here. And a lot of, I'll say that a lot of musicians play in, as some of you might be familiar with, several bands. So, if you go out and we support the local music community here as much as we can. And it's awesome to go out and just discover, you see this guy who's just killing it on bass or something. So you say, hey, would you like to come on over to the house and jam with us? And, next thing you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's all about the music for us. And it's all about just opening up. So the music project, of course, is a pretty broad term.
The all-encompassing. Yeah, it must be pretty fun, too, to meet all those different musicians and get to work with them, too. I imagine each time it's a special experience.
Yeah, and there's really so much talent out there right now. In this, right now we're just seeing with things returning, things are opening up at various rates in different places of the world, different times, and all these things. But when you have that opening, which we've been experiencing here, there's just so much music that's just been, it's like all this pent up, music energy that's just now kind of coming out. And there's so much talent just everywhere. and so many just independent artists. It's really amazing to see, and to be part of that. And so there's like a lot of natural just kind of friendships and connections, and just kind of it's all, once again, it's all about helping each other out. It's all about community, and just like where good music is happening, that it's going to get out there. So that's just all part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Is it getting pretty muggy down there in Tampa now?
Today it's blazing hot and sticky. So, air conditioning, great thing.
Where light will not come through.
Yeah.
So.
More inside shows at this time of year and throughout the summer, I would imagine.
I can't believe it. I'm in North England, and we've just had rain solid for about a month now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what the sun looks like.
I'll send you some vitamin D.
Yeah, I need it.
I don't know about I don't know about Tampa, but I go down to Fort Myers for work, and in the summer, like every day at 4:30, it rains. It's like you can set your clock to it.
That's correct. True. I always say, if you don't like the weather here, wait 10 minutes, it will change. So, but I also believe that that we live in paradise, and we live in a great musical community. Tampa was pretty much first known for its metal and death metal. And there's a lot of bands that have come out of here and still come through here. But there is such a strong singer-songwriter community in the Tampa Bay, St. Pete area. And it's really starting to evolve. And then plus we have the beauty that we're only like 8 hours away from Nashville. I say 8 hours the way we drive, maybe 12 for most other people. But, so it's just, I feel like we live in
a hop, a skip, and a jump away.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump away. And it's a great place.
Worldwide.
So always a fun little road trip.
Blue orb,
yes.
Floating around.
Cool. Sweet, man. So I was listening to your discography the past few days, and I want to say I love how well you guys incorporate different styles into your music, spanning like a ton of genres, even within like a certain song. And you do it incredibly. And like I was talking about earlier, reggae, your cover of The Cure's Love Song is like this really cool reggae rock fusion version of it. And it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. So I'm wondering, what are some of your biggest influences to help shape that sound of yours? Do you guys have shared similar influences? I'm guessing somewhat, maybe not.
That's for sure. Yeah. We can speak to your influences, but go ahead.
I'll tell you. So how I got into music was from a guy by the name of Neville Ellis. Now, Neville Ellis is a Jamaican guy who is the great grandson of Alton Ellis, the famous reggae guy. Anyway, he came, when I first started playing music, he came over and he goes, I said, I got some songs, and he loved it. So we put this together, a band called Facility. We needed a lead guitar player, and this guy appears. And so a lot of our reggae influence has come from, let's just say, our buddy Neville just beating it into us when we wouldn't do the strum right or get it quite right.
It was, he really, Neville is a very significant part. He brought us under his wing, so to speak. And, and then, so we had a super strong, solid rhythm section. I mean, bass player could play any song, right? Also like a teacher, mentor, friend, awesome dude. He's coming back in a couple of weeks. We're going to see him here in Tampa. And, so I think a lot of it was, we were just kind of, the term grandfathered into the whole reggae thing. Like anything else, like reggae for us was a gift, like just all music is. I think that's really where all the influences come in. I love so much music. And so when writing is happening, sometimes it may just come out in various ways that get expressed, or in some cases I have gone out and attempted to write a reggae song, which has, been really good. But yeah, we were really just kind of brought into that mentor. We learned a lot just by experience, just by playing with those guys. And I learned a lot about time, with the drummer. And he and it was a symphony with him on the drums. and it was just amazing. So we just really experienced, and that's really where the reggae came from. I guess I kind of happenstance upon into it. I heard about this guy having a guitar, he a guitar player.
So I will say this, okay? When Fred first told me he was going to cover the Love Song Cure, and I was like, ooh, big tune. I don't know. Come on. What are you, Adele? I was like giving him crap about it. And then when he did what he wanted to do, right? It just totally blew my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was so cool. Happy. I was so happy he didn't listen to me, for one, and two, that he was able to take what he thought and bring it to life.
And so we're actually doing another huge rock cover coming up that's already been done. We've been listening to versions of it already. It's a huge Who song, because the album Who's Next is going to turn 50 years old in August. And this just kind of happened by happenstance. We're talking about musical influences like the Who. The writing of Pete Townsend has been very influential for myself, and also for Rich. And so it's just really odd that this is coming out so different. But we did it in a way that incorporated other songs from Who's Next. So we covered "Won't Get Fooled Again," which is like the anthemic song from the album Who's Next.
Who's got the scream? Who's doing the scream?
You know what? We did it. We pulled it off.
We pulled it off.
So, that's cool. I feel like it's you guys are doing exactly what sort of music should be.
A little glimpse of what's coming next year from us, or actually later on this year.
We're looking in August. So
that's cool. The question about our influences, as I guess you would say, it's a broad stroke as well for me. I listen to everything from country to hip hop. I love really, really good rock and roll, and I'm a guitar driven guy. I just love great guitar playing. One of the things I will throw in there is the beauty of the NAS is that with the genre lists, whatever I'm in the mood for, I can go right to it. Like I spin the punk list a lot because I just so enjoy it. It's like my Monday morning, because it's like, a punch in the face. And then I got my Saturday morning folk playlist. So I just, all the musical influences and that type of the genre of that type of music, of all the music that we like, I find it there, but it's also part of who we are. I believe that to appreciate any music, you have to appreciate all music. So we take from it, we glean and take from everyone, and hopefully give to everyone.
It certainly sounds like that. Yeah, I think you are sort of a good reflection of the type of artist on New Artist Spotlight and things, because you do just take little pieces from everywhere. One thing I'm wondering, as a lyricist myself, I'm always kind of listening out for good lyrics and lyrics that paint a picture and tell a bit of a story. And I think you guys have got that. And I'm wondering sort of who does the writing and what sort of processes have you got around that?
Well, we both write, and basically, my writing style is basically just I try to embrace and exchange the emotion that I'm feeling when I'm writing the song. And whether it's about a life experience, sometimes it could be as simple as me reading a line in a book, or reading something and saying, wow, that's a great line, and try to build something around from it. Other times it could be something that happened to me personally, or happened to us as touring personally or performing personally. So I write in those types of styles. I sometimes the words come very easily and the song just gets put together. I always say that's like a little Easter egg. Like, where did that come from? The words, the music, everything just comes together, and the song's done in like an hour, or sometimes shorter than that. And other times, the music might come first, and the lyrics might have to cook for a little bit. And I might move lyrics in and out to kind of tell the story of the redemption and the reconciliation of all the songs that in my writing process. For Fred, he approaches it pretty much the same way, but I'll let him kind of answer his style.
Yeah. So the writing process really is probably something that we really talk about forever. It's really, I think I've been more and more convinced that it's really a whole lifestyle that really is, because the songs are connected and tied very much to life itself and experiences. And so I found, I've changed a lot of my own writing style when I tried stopping reaching for these lofty, amazing songs and just started writing closer to like experience. And so that was a big difference with our song Rise Up. Like I started like bringing it to like, all right, this happened, and
it's hard though, isn't it? Writing purely from experience. Sometimes it's hard to make yourself vulnerable and get in touch with those emotions, I think. But once you do it, it's always better.
Yeah. It's cheaper than therapy.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
With that.
That's a lyric right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's but yeah, the writing process is one that's like lived through life, and then it's the words are important. I think that it really starts with the pen and a blank page. I think is where songwriting really probably starts for me in my notebook.
I like it.
And yeah, it's a process, no doubt. It's like
That's cool, man. Thank you guys for sharing that. So I think on your song Romeo Cowboy, which we're going to play in a little bit here, I think you, Rich, you do the singing on that?
That's correct.
Okay. And then Fred sings in Rise Up, right? I thought
yes.
I was able to distinguish that. And something that I thought was really cool, on Romeo Cowboy, it has kind of a very country vibe to it, right? Not like the modern, I'll call it like Nashville country. I don't know if that's offensive, but like the overproduced kind of poppy country, more like a more fun country, I'll say, and more enjoyable to listen to for me anyway. And then Rise Up has kind of like, to me, almost like an Incubus-y Red Hot Chili Peppers Sublime mixed with, like, do you know the song Then Came the Last Days of May by Blue Oyster Cult off their first album? It kind of gives me that kind of vibe too, that really spacey, cool vibe. Yet, and I don't know if you guys think this, but Fred kind of has like a deep Southern drawl to his voice when he sings. I don't hear it at all right now, but I heard it there, which kind of gives it like this contrasting feel. Like I'd almost expect him to sing like that on the Romeo Cowboy. But was that done intentionally to kind of like use Fred's voice in a song like that, where maybe you wouldn't necessarily hear that normally?
Well, with Romeo Cowboy, I guess our feeling is that we want to sing the songs that we have composed. We feel like, for me, I felt like, okay, Romeo Cowboy, I lived that. That's his voice. That's my voice in that song, and I needed to tell the story with my passion and with my emotion. And I felt that even though Fred would have done a great job on it, it was never really considered, just like the same way with Rise Up. Fred lived Rise Up, and Rise Up was such a personal song for him as well, that we felt that he had to sing it. And we're thankful that the way they kind of evolved.
I wouldn't be opposed to other people singing this song. Please let everyone sing Rise Up. Of course. Right? Yes. But yeah, that's just kind of how we approach it. Like, because we're the singers, we're the composers, we're working on our voices, like with the songs. And it's like, we're trying to get our emotion that, which is, we want to be able to get across the heart of the song, and, Rich is the writer. I wouldn't want to be like, okay, let me take this, let me take the heart of the song and kind of lead it out there. But so that's, I guess that's just a way that we haven't really thought about it very much. So there wasn't really much intentionality other than just like, hey, this is your song. You sing this song. Like, I wrote this song. I'm singing this song. So we just sing our song.
And I think especially when we're performing these songs live, when we perform these songs live, because the songs are such a part of us. Well, all of our songs are a part of us, but the songs that I pen are such a part of me that it gives me the opportunity to really exchange that energy with the audience and try to let them get a glimpse into my story and the music that I'm trying to share with them. And Fred doing the same way. It's so, for me, I just, again, I would let anybody sing my songs, but for when I perform them, the songs that I write, I kind of want to sing them. And that's kind of why we did that. It really wasn't a thought at all.
Yeah,
it makes sense. So I think it comes across in your music. It's authentic, and I think that's when you're saying you don't have to think too much about it, and sometimes the songs just come to you and things like that. I think it's so important to be authentic, and that's to shine through with your music and a lot of other stuff in New Artist Spotlight as well. And it's one of the powers of it to kind of bring these musicians together as well. Yeah, go on.
And you just touched on a huge point of songwriting is that, you know, the songs are coming like, and it's like our experience meets the gift of music, I guess you could say.
Yeah. It's mad. Yeah.
So when the vulnerability is there, then it's like in time, like, yeah, it happens. We don't really control that process. It's why, you know, any songs that we wrote, like I have said that like Rise Up is like I love Rise Up. I'm so proud of Rise Up. I've worked on that song. Like that song's been with me for a long time.
It's been cooking. We always cook these.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Sometimes I've got songs as well. They just sit there for months and nothing comes, and then suddenly like that, everything. So how did you guys find out about New Artist Spotlight then?
Well, I'll have to tell you, I was doing what every musician on Spotify likes to do, and that's reach out to people to be on playlists. I'm totally joking. But I was on Twitter, and a buddy of mine said, hey, you need to contact this guy, Ed Eagle, and send him your song. And it just kind of, that's what happened. I got on New Artist Spotlight. I told Fred about it. And then I started to listen to the music. And then I was like, wow, this is just amazing. I don't have to go anywhere. There's something for everyone. And then I started to develop fans. And now there's like, it's amazing because, you know, Spotify generates that replay kind of playlist for you. And when I look at it, I can just see all the bands that are on there are like these bands and musicians that I fell in love with on New Artist Spotlight. And it's just amazing. It's a great community of people, and I can see the dedication and the artistry in all their music. And, you know, again, I just love listening to their production value of their songs, how they approach certain things. So that it's huge. Plus the benefit for us to expose our music to other musicians who become fans, and then they're fans. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's a pure, there's a purity into it. It's not like I get scared. When you go to Instagram, hey, give me $50 and I'll give you 5,000 million streams. And like, it's some bot somewhere. And I don't want that for our music. I want our music to be organically played and grown and developed, and New Artist Spotlight provides that. It's a forum for great information. Some of the links are just amazing. It's also a great network to reach out to musicians all over the world. And so we're not Tampa now, we're global, and like New Artist Spotlight. And, I have this dream that someday that there will be that we'll do this like world concert in all these cities at one place to bring all musicians together for New Artist Spotlight. And we actually do this big world show that blows it out, but that's cooking. That's just like a little
dreaming big.
Like just dream real big. But I believe that New Artist Spotlight is, I see the exponential growth there. And, there's a saying that exponential growth has a tipping point. And I believe that the way this thing is evolving, that people are going to learn about this, and that's going to be their go-to for music. They're going to be, I want new music that's not bastardized by the record companies, and it's the true form of the artist, and this is where I can get it. So
there's been a lot of music cooking, like we've been talking about, just like out and about. There's been a lot of music happening, and I think we're just going to see just an explosion of amazing music. So
Yeah, I think so. I think just being with New Artist Spotlight for almost a year, we've seen like people evolve too, which is probably due to, being around other musicians. It's awesome to be around other talented musicians. And then kind of touching on Wilko's point, like your music is so authentic, and the same thing with, like you guys said on New Artist Spotlight, so much authentic music, which fans can hear. They can hear that.
Yeah, so it's great.
It's great. So we're going to play a song by yours now that I mentioned earlier, Romeo Cowboy. And I was going to ask who wrote it and what the writing process was like, but I already know that now, which is great. But maybe you can tell me a little bit more. You mentioned, Rich, that it's kind of like your a little bit of your life story. You want to expand on that just a little bit before we play?
Sure. Okay, so I'm a big Lyle Lovett fan. And Lyle Lovett's first album, there was a song called Cowboy Man that I just really loved. And what I decided that I wanted to write a cowboy or a country song in that. So I started thinking about the girl that actually introduced me to Lyle Lovett. And she's the girl in the story. And it's basically a story about a guy, a traveling troubadour that just can't hold on to love. And that's what it's about. And it's my attempt to write a country song similar to Lyle Lovett. But it's funny that you say that Nashville pop. I didn't want that. I wanted the country music that my grandpa listened to, so to speak, which is, I think we kind of did it on the music of it. The lyrics, maybe not so much, but the lyrics do tell the story of my journey, of the epiphany of realizing it, that I've landed on my feet again at 3 a.m. After another heartbreak.
I think you nailed it. Yeah, and it's got like a modern, old school country feel to it, if that makes sense. Which you can hear it instantly the second it comes on.
It's funny.
It took me to where you guys live.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm the guy that loves the movies where there's a happy ending. The guy gets the girl, the dog gets found, the truck gets fixed, all that stuff. But most of my songs aren't about happy endings. There's very little reconciliation at the end of any of my songwriting, and that's not necessarily done intentionally. It's just kind of the way it works out. So, in this song, it pretty much tells the.
We don't want to try to pretend anything. You can't, art it happens what it is. It is what it is in its authenticity, and it is what it is.
So anyway.
It is, and it's a fantastic track. So I think without further ado, let's hear it. I think the listeners need to hear it now. So this is FR Music Project with Romeo Cowboy.
On my feet again, it's 3 a.m. Where to begin? Hung over the night before, remembering where I've been. My soul's on the road, truth be told, I'm spent. A change of plans will have to stand. I've already paid my rent. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but my love songs, they speak the truth. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but these love songs, they're for you. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. Sundress, slightly pressed, walking with those shoes. The look in your eyes, full of surprise when I played that song for you. I took your hand on the stairs. It was the first day of June. Show for your friends, you pretend it's all about me and you. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but these love songs, they speak the truth. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but my love song's there for you. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. Must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but these love songs, they're for you. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. Seems like last September when I walked into your room. 20 years later, I still haven't a clue. All love's forever, some gets lost along the way. Me, I gave mine to another, yours for a rainy day. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but my love songs, they speak the truth. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. You say I ain't no Romeo Cowboy, but these love songs, they're for you. You must have rolled a wild one, let someone get the best of you. Yeah, they got the best of you. They got the best of me too. Yeah, they got the best of you. Oh Lord, they got the best of me too.
All right, great song, guys. It's very, very fun, and I want to say I love that walking bass line during the chorus. It's just awesome.
Yeah, brilliant song, really catchy. I love those harmonies, and like you say, the authentic feel of it all is just amazing.
Yeah, harmonies are amazing.
Thank you so much. I have to tell you, Mike Two Rogers, who's the musician who plays bass on that, when I first played in the demo of Romeo Cowboy, he went home, and next time we got together, he had this bass line, and he just killed it. When I heard it, I was like, dude, love it. And then the harmonies, Kristen Rogers sings the harmonies and the backups. She's currently tours with Hozier, and so we were very fortunate to have her do that vocal work. She made us sound real good. She's incredible. So we're real, again, we're blessed.
So one-person gospel choir.
Yeah, she was a one-person gospel choir.
That's amazing.
That is cool.
You've got some real pros down your neck of the woods. Cool. So I've seen a lot of the videos on your YouTube channel. So I know that you guys love to play live, which is, for me, that's the pinnacle of music, is the live stuff. And I was actually watching your version of Better Luck Next Time earlier on, which was brilliant. I think you said it was the first time you played it, but you absolutely nailed it.
Thank you.
I never heard it.
Yeah, no, it was great.
But I was just like, dude, I'm going to do this song I just wrote. Come on.
yeah, he caught you off guard.
That
That's
it was a little ballsy, but come on. It was right after COVID, first time on stage and since the world shut down,
Yeah.
Things are opening up again. And the beautiful thing is some of the music venues that had closed down because of COVID and because of finances have been able to kind of refinance or get their funds together to reopen. Skipper Smokehouse, a huge original music venue in our town, is reopening. And so there's a lot of places. There's a lot of places that we can play now. And just last week we did 3 shows in 3 nights. It was just amazing. We did some shows in St. Pete and in Tampa. And last Friday we were back at the Hideaway. So we're playing live again as solo and duos, not with the full band. We hope to play Gasparilla Music Festival, which is a huge music festival coming up this year. We will do that with a full band. Anyway, I want to talk some more. Sorry.
Yeah. So as far as getting out and playing, yeah, we definitely love getting out and playing. That is that's the ultimate thing to just be there in the moment with folks and be able to perform these songs our lives pretty much. So so right now, yeah, we're playing with a lot of different musicians. Like I said, I've kind of just said, okay, let's go here this day, let's go this, so we're just kind of showing up and we're just kind of meeting a lot of different musicians. And so we're just we'll jump in with a full band one night because they've got.
We show up and sit in, or sometimes.
All right, song's over. Drummer keeps going. All right,
I love it.
It's on the spot now, man. We're gonna have to, what's next?
But it's good,
Cool. We're gonna do something right now. We're gonna create something.
The beautiful thing when these places started to open up again, and we started to network and see other musicians back out and everything, you could just see the joy in everybody's eyes, and you could just see the positive energy and the gratefulness that live music was coming back again. And live music was going to be available to help heal. And because I believe that there's so much therapy in performing as well as listening to great music and being part of a live atmosphere. So, I mean, it's we're thankful.
It's like every it's like every couple of days, like I'll see another person. This is my first time out. Like, welcome to the light. Welcome back. Welcome back to like other human contact. So it's like, you have arrived. There is music again.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's wonderful. Just gratitude, like all around.
Seriously, there's nothing better for me than having like a beer on a Sunday afternoon in the summer, listening to some live music. Seriously, it's like the greatest thing.
Oh man,
I'd love to see you guys live. Wilko, you too, man. Come, let's all go down to Florida.
It's actually great what you're saying there about live music being therapy, because it's something I'm only just getting into, is the live side of it. I've been doing a lot of writing and stuff over the last 18 months, and I can feel a lot of tension brimming. I'm feeling a little bit down at the moment anyway, in certain parts of my life, and I'm looking forward to doing a bit of music live, and I think that'll really help sort of heal my soul a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's amazing. You get on stage and you get ever to transfer that energy, and you get to express what's in your heart and your soul, and you get to put that out there. And there's no other feeling for me in the whole world. And the downside of it is I constantly keep chasing that now. And there's not enough gigs. Well, so I keep chasing it.
It's like I think every artist or every musician really thinks about the question about whether this is something that they need to do, that this is like something that they absolutely must do. And so like that I think that's over, and it takes years really of thinking, about
practice, years of practice.
And so when you find like, yeah, this is something that I need to, this is something that we need to do. This is like part of, this is the path that's ahead. Then that becomes, you realize that it's just important to try to get as much music out there as possible. And that means getting out there. So it's all coming. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
So besides playing some live shows, what are some of your other plans for 2021 music wise? You guys got some more singles coming out, maybe an album or anything like that? EP?
We sure do. We have so much content that you guys, we can keep content going for a while. So next month I have a song called Wasted dropping, and that song is a great tune. I love it. It's about an epiphany that I had. And then right after that, for the 50th anniversary of Won't Get Fooled Again, we're going to drop Fred's cover of that.
Won't Get Fooled Again on August 1st.
August 1st.
They're really, really writing. So yeah, we have singles. We have a lot of content. Things are already
we have like 6 more songs from the Snake in the Grass Volume 1 recording sessions that we're going to drop like one a month going on for the rest of the year. And then we're already working on the sophomore project, which is always the harder of the two.
Well, we got it's at least
I think people judge your second
more.
effort a little bit more than they judge your first, but maybe I'm just being
What was that old saying?
Our goal is to just
What's that, sir?
I was just saying that old saying, you got a lifetime to write your first album and a year to write the second one, or something like that, right?
Yeah. That's
right. Yeah, that's
to me, that's not a bad thing, but
that's brilliant. It sounds like you've got loads on the horizon, which is
really
fantastic.
Looking at like the next year, so the writing process, there's so many that kind of just come up in the archives, that you have. And so some part of it's bringing some of those forward and reworking some of those, or, just bring them back to life, so to speak. And then some of it's also like incorporating new writing processes and styles. Like I'll be looking at like native instruments, machine, in terms of, I think that the machine MK3 has a lot of potential just with the way it organizes musical ideas is a lot different than a traditional DAW. And it took me a while to really get it. But I think that a lot of singers, songwriters, guitar players, I think that there's a bridge there that is being formed and is in many ways already there with machine to be able to increase a workflow and increase a writer's workflow in terms of capturing ideas. So that's a lot of, I'm working on a lot of that, trying to just capture ideas as efficiently and as well as possible. And so that, that's part of the development of the studio sound. And then of course, bringing things live, the whole engineering and everything with that.
And a few videos. We got a few videos dropping. So I have a really awesome video that's going to drop for Wasted. So I'm excited about that when Wasted drops.
Whiskey. There's going to be a Whiskey on my video.
So we just a lot of content, and just the music never stops for us. It's our life. It's our house. In my house, there's always music. With my daughter, I have a 14-year-old daughter, and she's always introducing me to new and hip stuff. So the music never stops. We're just going to keep pushing forward.
My son, it's so funny. He's like, "Rise up." He's like, "Rise up." That's an old song, Dad. He's 10. And he's like, "Dang, that's an old song." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "This is for the first time now." It's like it's accessible now. Now it's like new for like now it can be heard.
Yeah.
It's because he listens. He hears a lot of music. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he hears a lot of music, and he's we call him our little business manager. His son.
He is our consultant.
He's our consultant.
You need that. I bet he'll give you some honest feedback as well. He's not just a yes man.
We asked him a good marketing strategy, and he said, "Come up with 10 marketing plans and start testing them." And then come back to me and talk.
You maybe need to get him to do that. It sounds like he's got more time on his hands.
So we're excited. We're excited about moving forward. We're excited about the world opening up. We're excited about our music that's coming forth. We're over the moon about playing.
Just gonna keep creating,
and
Yeah, we're excited too. That sounds amazing. Thank you so much for all of that. So just before we wrap this up, just if you would let everyone know how they can find you on social media, or your website, and if there's any sort of final shout outs or shares that you'd like to give us.
Absolutely. First off, I'd like to thank you guys, both of you guys. I'll give you a second.
Pleasure.
Thank both of you. And then I just want to say that you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as FR Music Project. You can go to our website, frmusicproject.com, and of course on Spotify. You can also find us on the New Artist Spotlight playlists. We're currently on a few of the genre lists as well. And then the only shout out that I just want to throw out there is for my wife, Kelly, and my daughter, Grace, for their unending support and never really telling me to turn the guitar down.
Lucky man.
That's awesome. Well, you guys clearly live and breathe music, and your energy is infectious, and it was a ton of fun having you guys on the show today. So thank you guys for joining.
Great to meet you guys, and thank you so much.
Great to meet you. Absolute pleasure.
Awesome.
Hey, cool.
Look forward to next time, guys. Thanks a lot.
For sure.
Same, yeah. I'll be keeping an eye out. Looking forward to new releases and everything. It sounds great.
Great. I appreciate it. Guys, just thank you so much. Really. It's amazing.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was the trailer for the first night of the first ever NASapalooza. And I could not be more excited, and you should be too. If you're not pumped up for that, then you have no pulse. I'll just say that. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I'm so excited. It premieres tomorrow, May 28th. If you've been living under a rock and you didn't know that, well, there, I told you. So no excuses now. You got to watch it. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all that to make sure you don't miss out on that announcement of when exactly it will premiere. But yeah, super, super pumped. One more big thank you to FR Music Project for taking the time to come on the show today. You did a great job. Great songs, guys. Fred and Rich and the rest of your band, super talented. Really fun chatting with you. Really fun having Wilko on the show today, too. Great job to him. And yeah, I'll just give quick shout outs to some of our friends, Vix20 and their podcast, The Vix Essentials, the Enrons and their podcast, Your New Favorite Song podcast, and then of course Megalomotus and his podcast show, Shell Shocked Radio. I'll put links again in the description once again for easy clickability.
Okay, here we go. Very exciting. Number 20, Air Vibration, Man Without Vision.
At number 19, we've got Seaburn with Blue Skies.
In at number 18, we've got Vix20 with Digital Age.
At number 17, Talking to Sophie with Mariposa.
16, the legend himself, Elion Melody, and Padre Toxico with In the Wrong.
At number 15, McHerron, Center of the Sun.
Number 14, we've got Mercury Teardrop and Xander Milne with Dream Logic, the Xander Milne remix.
At number 13, it is Heartbeat by Patrick McCarthy.
Number 12, the brilliant Ed Corrado with Time.
Coming in at 11, Mexican Seafood with Sequence Error.
Number 10, the Aussie legend himself, Rod Fritz with Take the World With Me.
At number 9, Sean Al with Forever Young.
Number 8, Liz James with Live Again.
At number 7, it is Paradise by The Blindfold Experience.
Number 6, the legend, the man, the hero, Charles Connolly with The Birthday Song.
At number 5, Wilko Wilkes, Stalked by a Stranger.
And number 4, we've got Skinny Dippers with Panties, one of your favourites, Plummy.
At number 3, JHM, Undone.
Number 2 is Chris with I Always Wanted.
And at number 1, it is Stop by me, Plummy. I can't thank you guys enough for voting me number 1. Always a huge honor when that happens, and I feel like I don't deserve it compared to all the incredible talent on the New Artist Spotlight playlist, but thank you guys so much. As a reminder, go to newartistspotlight.org. Check out all the latest content we have out there. We're always putting out new artist interviews each week, little 10-question interviews. Connolly's Corner comes out every Tuesday. Check those out. Check out every episode of our podcast that we've released so far, and all the other wonderful stuff out on newartistspotlight.org. And that's all we have for the show today, guys. So we're going to wrap things up with Stop by Me, Plummy.
You're all alone, the party begins. You're on your own, we'll find some friends. It's Friday night, it's time for dancing. You might find some romance in this cigarette, won't hurt a bit. The buzz will be much better. Another shot, another sip, go get those dry lips wetter. Don't question it, I see you dancing over there. Say it again, you say it again, you say it again, my friend. You love alcohol, love alcohol, love alcohol. The weight of the spin, the weight of the spin, the weight of the spin begins. They gon' watch you fall, gon' watch you fall, gon' watch you fall. Say it again, you say it again. If I don't stop, it's Monday morning, your head is pounding, another pouring, less problem solving. That doggy bites, you pluck him back till your memories start turning black, and you're digging quite cold. You're losing all control. You're out there shaving all his hair. Say it again, you say it again, you say it again, my friend. You love alcohol, love alcohol, love alcohol. The weight of the spin, the weight of the spin, the weight of the spin begins. They gon' watch you fall, gon' watch don't stop.